everyone! I'm so excited to finally be back to filming new videos for you, because I really want us to have this strong community, especially now during this very difficult time for some of us. And yes, so this is whole video, and what has triggered this purchase actually is the new Tim Holtz alcohol inks, and this is why I want to share it with you now, just in case you want to also dip your toes into something new, which this is new to me. I have been considering alcohol inks for a long time, but haven't pursued that idea. So basically, during the Creativation 2020, which was back in January, there were a bunch of new products that were released, as it happens, and for all of us who love arts and crafts, we wait for that time to just find out what's coming out new onto the crafting market. So basically, as soon as I saw Tim Holtz demonstrate the new alcohol inks, that was it. The penny has dropped, and I had to go and purchase them because, like I said, I have been considering trying it out for about half a year now. And since the new inks came out, and the difference seems to be that they are a lot more pungent and vibrant. And so that kind of spoke out to me a little bit. And yeah, so predominantly this is all Tim Holtz items. I don't think there is anything else. And there are a couple of things which are non-alcohol ink related, and I'll share everything. So this is, as you can see, everything is still packaged up in the bags, and it just came out of the box. And I want to share it with you so that I can start using things and organizing them in my studio. So this is the time for us to come together as a community and be creative and put our mind into something art related that we can create, enjoy the process, take our minds off all that negativity that's going around. And we're obviously all stuck at home, we are all in the same situation, and this is why I want to create, if possible, more videos. I hope for daily videos again, but I will see how it goes. Obviously, we all are at home, including our 4-year-old. So, you know, it just I have to see how it goes in terms of how much time I will have, etc. Okay, so let's start. So I ordered this box because I like things to be organized, and since I ordered a bunch of the alcohol inks over here, I wanted them to be kind of kept and organized in one place. So I got the alcohol ink storage tin, which keeps, let's see how many, holds up to 30 of those small bottles. And this is what it looks like. And then the top of it has a clear plastic window. It's got one of those locks, and basically it opens up. It doesn't lay flat, it opens up like this, and it has this insert here which helps you to keep your bottles kind of without moving. So if you don't have a full set of 30 and you just have, say, 20 or something, they will stay in their spaces without moving. So I will organize the alcohol inks within the color range. So if I have time, I might do it here on camera with you. So let's see. The next thing I got was this alcohol ink air blower. Now, one thing I want to say is, if you're having a flu or a cold right now, I'm not sure how advisable it is to try out alcohol inks, because you have to make sure that when you're working with alcohol inks, that you have either you work in open space, like maybe in the garden when it's a nice, warm, sunny day, or you can do it with like a fully open window, or you can wear a mask. Now, I create my own watercolors, so I have to wear you know, professional mask that prevents basically me inhaling pigments which could be harmful. So yeah, so protect your lungs, make sure you look after your lungs, especially that we are right now, you know, with the virus, we need to take extra caution. So be aware of that this is not a craft supply that you can just use as watercolors or any coloring pens. You have to be quite cautious. So I thought I will let you know. Now, also the reason that Tim Holtz came out with this alcohol ink air blower is for exactly the same reason. Previously, people would blow onto the ink, or they would use a straw to blow through. But when you blowing through a straw to disperse the ink and make it move and create these beautiful patterns that are typical with the alcohol inks, you would then naturally breathe back in, and that kind of the ink could travel back into your lungs, or the alcohol ink, which is not ideal. So that is why Tim Holtz came up with this tool, which helps you to basically stay away from blowing and breathing in the alcohol ink. So it says here, ideal for use with Tim Holtz alcohol inks, alcohol pearls, mixatives and blending solution. Manipulate ink movement on surface. So when you work with ink, it really helps to create these beautiful patterns and shapes. So let me just take it out of the packaging. It is a funny looking thing, I have to say, but I'm quite happy that he came up with this, because that makes me more confident, or it made me more confident in investing in alcohol inks and taking it up as a new craft hobby. So that's that. Then there is this sort of area at the bottom which makes you able to stand it up on your table, and it kind of can stand. You can't see it here, so if you had to stand it up, you could. And the other thing is you can also layer it, and these ridges help from rolling off your desk. So that's one thing, and you just basically, you know, do that, and that's how you use it. Okay, another thing that is related to alcohol inks is alcohol ink cardstock. And what's this one? Alcohol ink cardstock. Yeah, there are two different ones, and these are a few things not related. Okay, so let me just move them here for a little bit. Okay, so basically, in terms of cardstock, when you're working with alcohol inks, make sure you have the right cardstock, because if you use just a regular cardstock, what will happen is the alcohol ink will just be absorbed by the paper, and you won't be able to use it as it is designed to be used. Now, you need a paper with special coating, which prevents the alcohol ink to be absorbed, so it stays on top, and then you can start blowing it around, and that means the ink is staying on top of the surface, and then just you can start creating different patterns before it dries and manipulate it in any way that you want to do that. Now, I got two different ones. This one seems to be a brushed silver. I wasn't aware it was brushed silver when I was buying it. I think I just quickly clicked on it without realizing it, but basically I have somewhere else. Yeah, so I already had this one already bought before, so I didn't mind to order another one. It's a gloss cardstock, and the size is 4 1/4 inches by 5.5 inches. So they're quite small, and you get 20. So I've got 2 packs. I've got 40 there. And, you know, once you start, my understanding is alcohol inks are quite addictive in the sense of the fun and the beauty that you can create with them. So you go through the cardstock pretty quickly. The brushed silver is it's a nice kind of color, because it's not like a cold silver. It almost has this, not a pearlescent, but you can see, I mean, if I'm holding it straight next to the white, it doesn't look like, you know, this type of a silver, and I quite like it, so that would look really interesting with alcohol inks. It's a bigger size, so this one is, it's a 5 by 7 inches, so that's that, and you only get 10 sheets of that. Now, when you are working with alcohol inks, you need the blending solution, which helps. So it says here, lighten and blend alcohol ink. So that helps to create these beautiful patterns, and just also, depending how you use it, you can create lovely little kind of speckles. And those, there's a name for them, I forgot. You know, when you drop this blending solution, it kind of creates these little speckles and things. So anyways, quite a useful thing to have as well. Obviously, because it's alcohol, it is flammable, so be certain to use it with care. Now, there are a few things here which are not related to alcohol inks. I'll just finish off with the alcohol inks, and then I'll show you the other few things. So here I have ordered Gilded, which is just amazing. After I have seen Tim Holtz demo the new alloy inks. So they had before metallic inks, but they just were kind of not as beautiful as this, in the sense of they would travel and disperse into this thin coat, and also mix with the other inks. With the alloys, they tend to come together as little clusters of the alloy inks, and it's just, to me, it's amazing what you can create. And yeah, so I had to have it, and yeah, so this is really super excited about this one. One I got separately to a whole set. So there was a set that you buy, which has 5 packs of ink sets, and they have 3 colors each. So this one is Stream, so it's like a turquoisey color, so I wanted to have it, if you know my love for turquoises and teals and all of that. So let's have a look. So it's cheaper to buy a big set like this, which has many of these inks, than buy them individually. And then what you can do is, if you want some extra colors, you can just buy them like I did, just separately. So I think you can also buy a set of the 3 colors, which is silver, gold, and like a bronze color. I wasn't too keen on those 2 colors, so I just wanted to get the singular alloy gilded color. So basically, let's do the maths. We have 15, is that right? Yes, 15 colors, and that means, and 2, so 17. So that means I have quite a few still to be added to the collection. So you have, let's put them in the color order, like so. So we put them like this. So we've got the Dijon, Sienna, Amber, Gumball, Fiesta, Rosewood, Cobalt, Boysenberry, Vineyard, Laguna. Oh, this is a beautiful color, Laguna. And then I can't see this one. It's turned around. Does it say here? No, it doesn't say what color. Glacier and Monsoon. So Monsoon is another beautiful color. Moss is the color I also really wanted. Mojito and Everglades. So these are, it doesn't say anywhere new on them, but I think when I was ordering, it said something on there that they were new. So basically you can see this color works really beautifully around here. So I'm going to organize those really quickly, and then let's put them into the box. Okay, so here they are, and I have still 13 places left for some extra colors. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I might put the yellows up front like this and then continue it into the darker towards the back. I'm not decided yet, but that's basically it. And then if I wanted to, I guess I could keep the alcohol blending solution with it. I hope it's not going to leak or anything. But yeah, so it's really neat and kind of keeps everything in one place. And yeah, so that's that. So I'll just move it up here. And the other few things that I got, which were not related to alcohol inks, is glossy accents. So this is a clear dimensional medium. I have heard people use it as a glue as well, but basically you can create glossy accents. That's what it is. If you wanted to create this little epoxy kind of looking embellishments or something like that. So that's that. Distress collage medium in matte. Now I have it in different bottles. I'm quite obsessed with this thing, but the reason I got this one is the new design that they came out with, this very thin spout, which makes it, I don't know if you can see, but there's literally a needle thin, no you can't see it, needle thin opening, which means you can get the thinnest lines. And then what I would do is keep this bottle and just fill it up by removing this bit, and keep filling it up with the collage medium, so that you can stick the thinnest dies that you have or any projects that you're working on. So really wanted to get, so this is a new one. The glossy accents they already had, and you can see they basically have taken the idea from the little bottles that have this tiny spout and created one for this size bottle. And then we have these ones, which I have seen Tim Holtz use so many times in his projects, especially when he does the flip through of the tags, when he has the swatches of the inks or something. So these are just kind of wires, metal wires that you twist, and you can open them up somehow. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so you twist them like that, and you can create your swatch, like a swatch card thing. And it's really, really neat to use. So this is something I was actually planning to do, which is swatching out all of my watercolors. And perfect time now, I've got all this time for the next 12 weeks. And so slowly I will be swatching all of the colors out, and I want to compare all the yellows, all the oranges, all of the colors across the brands, because I have quite a few brands that I have collected. So to see them on one ring next to each other is very useful. So that's what I got these for. The other thing I got, I'm not sure if this is new or not, it might be new, but basically these are small, you can see hopefully. What are they called? First of all, they're called, oh here we go, Alphanumeric Tiny Type Lower. So these are, there is also an uppercase, I believe. This is the lowercase, and it looks like typewriter letters. So I wanted to get that, and then you get 146 dies. And the good thing about Tim Holtz alpha die sets is because you get loads of the same letter, so you can cut out full words and sentences really in one go without needing to use, like, go through. If you, for example, in a word you have 2 A's, you don't need to cut it twice, you just take 2 of the A's. So you have, hopefully you can see here, you have the, you can pause and have a good look, but 5 of the A's, 5 of the B's, and you have 7 of the E's, and so on. So you have the hashtag at the exclamation mark, question mark, and the ampersand, I think it's called. Okay, so that's what it is. I just want to show you the size. And they come in these beautiful envelopes, which are great for keeping them. And there are different ways of storing these to make them easier to use, because you can see they're quite small. And let's see. So they are about just over a centimeter, no, under a centimeter. So I'd say they're about 8 or 7 millimeters, and in some cases it is a centimeter, like the G is a centimeter and the K is the centimeter, so it goes up to 1 centimeter depending on the letter. So they would be great for creating layouts or collages or any that sort of a thing. Also, I got this, which is clipping sticker book. I think this is meant to be new as well. I had the other two from him. I don't remember what the difference here is between these and let me just try and get the other ones. Okay, so basically in my stash I found 2 of those. I love them so much that I got 2. So one is completely new and the other one I've been using, so you can see. So this one has the white and the black, so you get 3 white and then you get the same in the black. And then the other one was this one, which came just as these sheets, and I'm trying to think how many sheets are there. I think there are about 3 or 4 sheets, that's it. And what has he done here is a lot thicker, so I wonder if it's repeated in any way. Doesn't seem to be repeated. So it's just a bunch of them, yeah, and they all are unrepeated. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets of them. So it's got 622 stickers, and this one was 295. So it's just the same kind of style, just loads and loads of them. So these were scanned from the original vintage newspapers and books and things like that, and they have this color difference to them, and that's why. And so yeah, kind of makes it look a bit more vintagey and kind of cool. So I got myself another pack of those just to have a few extras. And finally I got the splatter box. Now that's something I really wanted for a while, because it's just such a genius, simple device that makes you want to use messy tools, but without worrying of messing up your crafting space, especially if you have a small space to create art in. Here we go. This will allow you to kind of actually do your art anywhere, even on the kitchen table, if you just use this splatter box. So it also costs very little, because it's just cardboard and you assemble it, and then it creates this like a box with a stand-up bag. Tim Holtz done a lot of demos using it, and so I decided to get it as well. And this is for sprays, paint and more, so anything that you want to use with that sort of abstract messy way, you can do it with this box. So I will keep it to assemble once I get to work. So he has these spray paints that he uses them in, but also quite often if I want to do splatters with my brush, like watercolor splatters, I would use this as well. So really good thing. Okay, so this is it for today, and I hope you found it somewhat inspiring, and maybe you saw a few things that you want to give a go, especially like I said during this time where we're all stuck at home and we need to be creating things and be active that way. All right, so thank you for watching and till next time.